Alright. Looks like we are going to be getting underway. Now, I am working against the clock more than ever with this episode, so excuse me as we get a little bit bumpy at some parts while I try to get this out fast, because I'm running on around 40 minutes to spare to get this video out there. So I'm gonna get through the review pretty fine, but once we're into the discussion, that might be a little bit shortened, unfortunately. But yeah, let's get into today's episode. We have quite a bit of interesting stuff to cover. Well, as we always do, we have to start off with the weekend recap. And before we do that, Monster Jam Extreme, we're going to give a shout out to Monster Jam Extreme for officially getting the stream underway, for being the first one to show up and let me know. And also some great news. Looks like Monster Jam Extreme has hit 100 subscribers. So congratulations to Monster Jam Extreme on this big accomplishment. I wish you the best in your future years of doing YouTube. Now, there was a lot of insane stuff that happened last year. It was, let's say last year, last weekend, I'm sorry. I don't know where I got year from, to be honest. But, yeah, lots of insane stuff. Really, the arenas, of all things, did not disappoint whatsoever. And speaking of arenas, those are what we're going to be covering first. We're going to start with Allentown, as it had the most days and running with 5 different shows. Allentown runs on Arena Series. I tell you guys every time, I get my Arena Series Central and Arena Series East mixed up all the time. Okay, so Arena Series Central headed out to Allentown, Pennsylvania. For those of you who do not know the Arena Series Central, you can find it pretty quickly on the Monster Jam website, and it takes up quite a bit of time to cover it. Now, I only saw a video for Show 2 on Avengers Racing, so I can't cover completely everything, but maybe I'll go a little bit more in depth for Show 2. Friday night, we would see Brandon Vincent get the win in the overall. And Saturday afternoon, which is the only show I saw, John Summer Jr. and Terminal Velocity would be able to grab the overall. Really, I don't remember a ton. I remember 2 different trucks did endos. That's really all I really remember that was too special. I mean, Tony Oaks did a crazy crash in Thunder Roars, but really with arenas I usually just go over the overalls. That's the only show I watched, that's why I'm going a little bit more in detail. So Friday night saw Brandon Vincent and Gravedigger get the overall. Saturday afternoon saw John Zimmer Jr. and Terminal Velocity get the overall. Saturday night saw Brandon Vincent and the Gravedigger get the overall. Sunday afternoon saw John Zimmer Jr. and the Terminal Velocity get the overall. And Sunday night got Brandon Vincent the overall. That is everything you need to know for Arena Series Central. Now we're going to head over for Arena Series East, which was an insane series of events. From what I saw, I don't really remember which show it was from what I saw, but Weston Anderson went crazy. I don't know exactly what show it is, but Monster Jam has it posted on, I want to say, their Instagram, which you can find on their website if you just scroll all the way down on the homepage. That's how I see all the new stuff. But I'm just going to go over overalls like I normally do, because I don't know what show everything happened, and there was a lot of good stuff from Hartford, though. I would actually recommend watching all the shows, because they're not that long, and they were all pretty action-packed. Saturday afternoon saw Weston Anderson and the Gravedigger get the overall win, and both the other shows saw Dalton Widener and Jurassic Attack get the overall win. So Dalton Widener, after a bit of bumpiness the past couple of weekends, was able to get it back together and get 2 more overalls to his name, the most points of the weekend. Monster Jam was also in Wichita, which I know nothing about. This is Arena Series West, and since I know nothing about it, I can't go into too much detail. But Saturday afternoon saw Tristan England and Earthshaker get the overall. Saturday night saw Elvis Linus and El Toro Loco get the overall. And Sunday afternoon would see a tie between Elvis Linus and Weston Anderson for the overall, both at 30 points. But Elvis Linus would be given the overall win. Now we're into stadiums, which is where it gets quite a bit more interesting. And this is where I go into full detail since these are the big leagues to look out for. First, we're going to be going over Stadium Series Red. Now, I'm not going to completely cover what all the drivers are because it's on Monster Jam's website like all the other tours should be. So, I'm just going to go over all the results for you guys. In the semifinals, we would see some pretty interesting placements, as it would be Cole Vennard, Matt Pagliarulo, Travis Mowry, which was no surprise, and Adam Anderson, which was also no real surprise. In the semifinals, Cole Vennard would beat Matt Pagliarulo, and Travis Mowry would beat Adam Anderson. No surprise to see Travis Mowry getting all those fast passes, and really I'm not too surprised for Cole Vennard to be in the finals either. But in the finals, Cole Vennard would majorly slip up in the final turn and end up doing more of a freestyle jump than a racing jump, giving the win to Travis Mowry in Velociraptor, getting him his first racing win of the season, a very well-deserved racing win, as he has been one of the fastest drivers on the circuit. In the Great Clip Skills Challenge, we will go over your top 5. In 5th place would be Jamie Garner in the El Toro Loco with a 7.539. In 4th place was Adam Anderson in Gravedigger with a 7.864. In 3rd place was Bryce Kennedy in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior with a flat 8. In 2nd place was Todd LeDuc in Megalodon with an 8.584. And your skills winner would be Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid with a 9.157. In the freestyle competition, 5th place would go to Jamie Garner in the El Toro Loco. Those are some points he's definitely been needing this season. 4th place would go to Adam Anderson in the Gravedigger. 3rd place would go to Mike Christensen in Vendetta, successfully landing yet another backflip this season. 2nd place was Tom Mentz in the Max D with 9.391. And your freestyle winner was Todd LeDuc in the Megalodon with a 9.408, which was not a bad run at all. In the overall standings, Adam Anderson would get the win with 28 points, with Todd LeDuc in 2nd with 26 points, and Tom Mentz in 3rd with 22 points. Finally, Stadium Tour Blue went to El Paso, Texas, and these shows, they were a bit bumpy. Show 1 was definitely quite good. Show 2, I think it could have been a little bit better, but you know what? Let's just head into this. So this is normal Stadium Tour Blue, except Charlie Parkin continues to fill in for Mark List. There's been some rumors about why he's out, which were discussed in my community tab in the comments. That's really all I really know about this. I don't really know the exact reason he's out, just through what was apparently the case. So right now that's still on edge, but right now Charlie Parkin continues to drive full-time for El Toro Loco, it seems. Saturday night is a show to watch. In the semifinals of racing, Ryan Disharoon in the Shaker would defeat Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger, who is probably the fastest driver in all of Monster Jam in today. And Tyler Menninga would defeat Jim Kohler in Avenger, who, I mean, these Team Scream can be pretty fast on the right night, especially Corey Rummel, but Jim Kohler would unfortunately get, well, depending on how you look at it, would get knocked out by Tyler Menninga in the semifinals. In the racing finals, both would be very fast, but Tyler Menninga would get the big win from Ryan Disharoon and Shaker, which would give him some big points in the overall standings. In the Great Clip Skills Challenge, we will once again be covering your top 5. In 5th place was Ryan Anderson in the Son of a Digger, who had 2 pretty basic bicycle maneuvers with an 8.005. In 4th place was Chris Kohler and Monster Mutt, pretty similar to what Ryan Anderson did. 3rd place was Ryan Disharoon and Shaker with an 8.303. Get the 3rd place with some pretty good moonwalks. 2nd place would go to Charlie Pocken and the Ultra Loco with some good variety, 1 bicycle, 1 moonwalk. And your winner would be Cynthia Gauthier and the Lucas Stabilizer, who had one move that was pretty basic, and the other move, she did a mini slap wheelie onto the pod and did an endo that was like a half front flip, half endo. It was a really cool kind of forward roll move that would get her the skills win with an 8.887. In the freestyle competition, we'll once again cover your top 5. 5th place would be Jim Kohler and Avenger with an 8.553. In 4th place would be Ryan Disharoon and Shaker with a 9.120. In 3rd place would be Tyler Meniga and the Gravedigger with a 9.480. In 2nd place would be Ryan Anderson and the Son of a Digger with a 9.593. And your freestyle winner, to some debate, as we see it kind of a lot, with Cynthia Gauthier winning for no real reason. Your freestyle winner would be Cynthia Gauthier and the Lucas Stabilizer with a 9.599. In the overall standings, it would be a very, very close call. In 3rd place would be Cynthia Gauthier and the Lucas Stabilizer with 28 points. 2nd place would be Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, with 29 points. But barely, the overall win would go to Ryan Disharoon and the Shaker for the first time in his career. A huge, huge win for Ryan Disharoon. I wish him some congratulations on that. He had some great consistency all night long, and it would definitely pay off for some much needed points for him. As we move into Sunday afternoon, we go from a very good action-packed show to a show that's a bit bumpy. Really quickly, before we make it to the semifinals, I want to discuss Jim Kohler and the Avenger, who in round 1 of racing would defeat teammate Chris Kohler with a crazy barrel roll pirouette crash at the end. But it wouldn't be damage enough for him to be removed, so he would still go on to round 2. In round 2, he would once again win the race, this time against Ryan Disharoon, but this time he would crash even harder than the first time and completely break the front end of the truck, leaving the tires facing, well, inwards, because he snapped some pretty big stuff, probably a tire rod, something similar. And unfortunately, despite Jim Kohler getting the win, he would not be able to advance to the semifinals, leaving Ryan Disharoon able to advance. Now that we got that out of the way, let's move into your racing recap. In the semifinals of racing, Tyler Meniga would defeat Ryan Disharoon, and Ryan Anderson would defeat Charlie Pocken. In the Digger versus Digger racing finals, we would see Ryan Anderson get the racing win in the Son of a Digger over Tyler Meniga in the Grave Digger. In the Great Clip Skills Challenge, 5th place would see Ryan Disharoon and Shaker with some pretty good front end moves. 4th place would see Cole Stevens and the Thunder Roars with a pretty decent bicycle kind of thing going on. The previous night he tried to do a bicycle, but the four-link bent somehow mid-bicycle. I've never seen that before, but that happened, unfortunately. But night 2, he would pull it back together. In 3rd place was Chris Kohler and Monster Mutt with a 7.662. Nothing really too special. It was a bit iffy. 2nd place was Joe Foley and the Axe with a 9.260. He was my favorite skills go, as he would get a pretty good moonwalk with a pretty nice little save at the end. And then he would do a slap wheelie that got onto one tire for a couple seconds, and then onto a sidewall save that was really cool. So I really liked what we saw from Joe Foley. It was definitely my favorite. And your winner would be Tyler Meniga and the Gravedigger with 2 moonwalks that, honestly, I get bored of moonwalks pretty quickly, but I mean, they're still impressive to do. And in the freestyle competition, we would see 5th place go to Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger with an 8.553, who would unfortunately lock a planetary mid-freestyle, causing him to flip over before he could get any very big moves in. 4th place would be Charlie Pocken and the El Toro Loco with a 9.120. who had a pretty good run. Nothing too outstanding, but still really consistent. Third place would go to Bari Musauer and Zombie with a 9.480, with a pretty average. It was a stadium freestyle that's on the average end of a good freestyle. Like, it wasn't a bad freestyle, it wasn't an insane freestyle, it was a pretty good freestyle. And I feel like that goes for the rest of the runs as well, with second place being Corey Rummel in the Megalodon with a 9.593, who had a small save in his, and your winner would be Tyler Menning in the Gravedigger with a 9.599, who had kind of the same thing as Corey Rummel, but with a bit of a cooler save. Now, the cool part with this is that the freestyle scores in Show 2 for the top 3 were directly identical to the freestyle scores the previous night. And the overall standings, Tyler Menninga and the Gravedigger would get the overall with 35 points, with the rest of the field 11 points or more behind him. Now that we've covered our points for the shows this past weekend, now we're going to cover the new set of power rankings that have been released. Currently in the power rankings, we see Weston Anderson in the Gravedigger holding 20th place. I almost said 28th. In 19th place, we see Dalton Widener in the Jurassic Attack. In 18th place, we see Jamie Garner in the El Toro Loco. In 17th place, we see Caleb Blood in the Soldier Fortune. In 16th place, we see Todd LeDuc in the Megalodon. In 15th place, we see Travis Mowry in the Velociraptor. In 14th place, we see Cole Vennard in the Black Pearl. In 13th place, we see Bari Musauer and Zombie, which is 2 places lower than before. In 12th place, we see Armando Castro and El Toro Loco. In 11th place, we see John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity, placing higher than the previous. In 10th place, we see Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. In 9th place, we see Tom Mentz in the Max D. In 8th place, we see Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid, who actually dropped 2 places. In 7th place, we see Elvis Linus in the El Toro Loco. In 6th place, we see Brandon Vincent in the Gravedigger. And then the top 5 remain the same from last week. 5th place sees Tristan England in the Earthshaker. 4th place sees Weston Anderson in the Gravedigger. 3rd place sees Adam Anderson in the Gravedigger. 2nd place sees Ryan Anderson in the Son of a Digger. And 1st place sees Tyler Menninga in the Gravedigger, rounding out your power rankings. Point standings, I'll only really talk about if there's anything too major that happened. I wouldn't say that as much. Dalton Widener did pick up a pretty solid amount of points, and it moved him higher in the power rankings. And John Zimmer Jr. definitely is gaining on Brandon Vincent by a pretty good margin. I don't think he has got any more points than Brandon Vincent this past weekend, but he's definitely keeping it close, so hopefully I have my fingers crossed that John Zimmer Jr. will make it to his first World Finals this year. And same goes for Team Throttle Monster with the incredible likes of Travis Mowry and Mike Christensen. Now that we have all the results out of the way, I don't have any major plans to talk about in today's video, so we're going to go and move over into everybody's favorite segment. That's right, you know what time it is. It's the wrap-up segment that actually ends up being the longest a lot of the time. I complain over the smallest change. What? I have no idea what that means, but okay. Yeah. So that's kind of all the big stuff to talk about with the results. I'm actually quite looking forward to seeing how these tours progress. Mainly I want to keep my eye on the newer drivers, or some of the drivers who didn't get as highly ranked in the past seasons. Especially drivers like John Zimmer Jr. . This has nothing to do with this stream, but I mean, okay. I mean, we can bring that up. I didn't mention that, but Colvinard has a new body on the Black Pearl. That it's the same. I think it's the same body that. It's similar to the body that Jamie Garner's run the past couple of years. I can say that much. More of a boxy style than we usually see with the Black Pearl. I wouldn't say it's particularly better than the old one, but it's not terrible. I mean, it kind of sticks with the same idea. But I never even brought it up I don't even know if I said Colvinard's name this entire stream until that. So, I mean, I kind of came out of nowhere. I'm seeing if there's a picture on the wiki. For those of you who didn't get to see it. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's not bad. I just don't. It's very surprised me for a Black Pearl. For a Black Pearl truck. It's nothing like he's ever run before. I've always known him for having. He's always kind of run the same idea. I mean, sometimes the hood would be a little bit more extended. Sometimes it would be cut a little bit shorter. That kind of thing. So I really wasn't expecting him to come out here with this boxy design, but it's not that it's bad. I didn't really expect it. It took me by surprise quite a bit. Let's discuss kind of what do you guys expect for the Superstar Challenge coming up? Because, wait, why is... No, don't... What? Why is my thing searching on Yahoo? I don't want to be doing this. They might do like the new neon. What the? They might do the new neon trucks that are coming with the diecast line, but I would kind of be surprised if they did, because there's a lot of components more than the bodies. Like, they have the engines painted these vibrant colors, and the bead locks are a big one. But then again, I feel like the fire and ice thing, they didn't really... I think they actually did change up the rims on those. I honestly don't even remember what it's called. Let me see if I can find it anymore. No, I don't want tickets. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, I have no idea why, but my computer is searching everything on Yahoo, which I did not tell it to do. I'm literally on Chrome. I have like a lot of different things I'm kind of doing at the same time right now. Like, I'm trying to focus on the whole monster truck thing. 2, I'm trying to find out why my computer is just making me search in Yahoo, which I did not say to do ever. We have Monster Jam Collector 2007 in here. Everybody say hello, Monster Jam Collector 2007. In the meantime, as I'm trying to basically quadruple task, I'm going to find out what the heck is going on right now. Because honestly, I am severely clueless. Uh-oh. Wow. He's really going all out. Or wait, was it Identity Theft that changed before? Or was it Unnamed and Untamed that changed before? Because if it was Unnamed and Untamed, I guess he... No, okay, it was Identity Theft that changed before. So... I guess... I've never... Unnamed and Untamed has always kind of confused me because it's like... It's almost like a subgenre of different trucks. Like, we have Identity Theft, which copied Gravedigger, but then Unnamed and Untamed has the exact same idea to it, just on a slightly different body. It's very interesting to me. You know what? It's March now, so really the 5-year big anniversary thing, it's not really in full swing anymore. Like, it still is my 5th year, but it's not like the big booming time of it, so. Oh yeah! Tucson's like a month from today, isn't it? Something like that? Saturday and Sunday. Oh, wow. So you're going to a lot of the shows. Alright. I'll be looking out for that. Honestly, I get that they already do stuff in State Farm Stadium. So, it would be a little bit selfish if they did it in the old Coyotes arena. But honestly, if they did, I mean, the Hot Wheels Monster Truck show, Hot Wheels Monster Trucks live show, was pretty solid there. So, I mean, I don't think bringing an arena show there would be too bad. I feel like Tucson can be a little bit small. Like, I don't think they've done a mini flip there before. I could be wrong. I know last year they didn't, but last year we got some other cool stuff. Like David Olfert stood it on the wheelie. That was pretty cool. Hang on. Oh, okay. I feel like they just... A lot of the shows don't get televised that are really good. Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Glendale. I mean, It is my only stop, so of course I'm looking forward to it. But I mean, I quite like this tour. And, ooh, that's strange. Okay. So, this whole time, Charlie Pauken has been driving Ultra Loco, but Glendale has been uploaded, so Chelsea Van Cleve is driving Ultra Loco, who is the newcomer on the international tour. So that's something new. I mean, I'm surely interested to see what she'll be able to do. I wish it was Charlie Pauken because he came here last year and did really good, but I'm still interested to see what a new driver can do. I mean, I was pretty shocked when I saw Preston Perez open up with a full send last time he was here. That was pretty nice. Oh, well, Charlie Pauken's driving in Cape Town the following weekend, but so is Chelsea. So really, I have no idea what's going on with it. They're just, like, I guess, picking different drivers to be Ultra Loco. It's not always gonna be. Okay, yeah. It looks like, so Arlington is Charlie Pauken, but it looks like, hang on. Where is it? Come on. Let's not be, annoying now. Okay, I guess it was Vancouver. Yeah. It looks like after, not next weekend. Well, not this weekend, but next weekend. Yeah, after next weekend, it looks like every show with Ultra Loco on Tour Blue is going to be Chelsea Van Cleve instead of Charlie Pauken. I mean, I'll see. I mean, I surely want to. It beats awkwardly smirking across the pit party at 2 Extreme. I gotta say that much. I mean, I'll say that much, but yeah. I remember when last time Scott Douglas was there in the pit party, but I didn't know if it was him or not, and I didn't want to walk up to this random, like, old dude and call him Scott Douglas if it wasn't. That would be really awkward, so I didn't end up doing it, but unfortunately, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I mean, it beats potentially embarrassing myself. What is going on? My computer is being a little bit, oh no. My computer is being a little bit silly today. I'm trying. You're gonna get banished for wearing a shirt that is about an expired, not just an expired sponsorship, but also a product that just isn't there anymore. I'm trying to fix a problem while doing this, while considering the fact that I have like 15 minutes left to do this, so I have a lot of stuff doing right now. Alright, I'm hoping for the Superstar Challenge that it's fan voted again, because that was probably my favorite aspect of the All-Star Challenge, is that it was basically a World Finals, but it's the lineup that all the fans wanted to see, not what Monster Jam made. That's what I'm really hoping comes back again. Let's see here. That's a no-go. Let's get rid of that, please. Let's get rid of that. And then let's head over here. And let's delete that. I've already actually made my own list of everybody I want to see, assuming it's fan voted again, that I'm gonna be voting among those drivers for it. Somewhere. I have no idea where it is because I haven't viewed it in a while, but it's somewhere, I know that much. Is it in a Word or a PowerPoint? That's the real question. And from when? Superstar Challenge draft. Yeah, I have this from January 14th. And honestly, I don't think there's anything I change about this. I probably want to see Mike Christensen there, though. That's something new. Because he's really improved for the past couple weekends. Ever since Houston, he's been on a great streak. Okay. Let me think if there's anything else. Otherwise, we'll probably... What is that? Hold on a second. Okay. I'm gonna get to everything else I need to do because it is just about the time where I'm gonna have to wrap this up. So, thank you guys for coming out. I know this was a bit of a short episode. It wasn't the most jam-packed episode or anything like that, but I had to rush this one a little bit. I think it went alright though, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I got a lot of the important stuff on Monster Jam's side out so you guys could stay up to date. And I'll see you guys next time.